As a photographer, filmmaker, or anybody in the visual arts, you 100% need a portfolio or a pitch deck that makes you stand out. This is exactly how I was able to get my start working with artists like Gucci Mane, 2 Chainz, Waka, Flocka, Toosi, and festivals like Breakaway. So today I want to share with you guys my different approach to a portfolio, or what I like to call a pitch deck, why it works so well, and how you can make one yourself. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Dope, so now let's dive into what my pitch deck looks like. As you can see, what I made is essentially a dope, clickable slideshow that showcases all of my best work, and it works so well. My pitch deck naturally is going to be oriented more towards festivals, concert, nightclub recaps, and after movies. And yours should be centered around who you're trying to reach out to, which I'll touch on more later. As for my introduction page, what I've done is I've listed all of my important contact information, and when you click on anything here, let's say Tyler Cavallero, for example, you can see that this document is trying to connect you to www.tylercavallero.com. So when you click on any of this, it brings you right to the page. If we do an email, for example, it's going to compose an email and already start it with my email address right at the top. Keep in mind for your introduction page, you want to pick an image where text is going to be very easily readable. Exhibit A is this photo right here. And if we scroll past introduction page, you can see 4 of my recent projects that I am most proud of. And of course, when you click on any of these, it's going to bring you to YouTube. And if we open that up, it brings you to that exact video. Along with that clickable text taking the viewer to that project, you want a cool thumbnail shot that'll entice them to want to click and check out your work further. Lastly, we have a concluding slide. Here I list my information and my website once more. I have a cool thumbnail photo of me working at a concert, and I mention a little bit about myself, my experience in the field, and what I focus on in the videography industry. Sweet, so I hope that breakdown was pretty thorough. Now we can help you make one of these for yourself. It's honestly super simple. The only thing you'll need to do this is the following Photoshop dimensions: 1068 by 3330. This will give you just enough room to put those 4 projects, 1 introduction slide, and 1 conclusion slide. With that being said, I'm going to recreate this entire one, speed up the video a little bit so you guys can see step by step what I'm doing. The only thing we'll need to talk about now is attaching links to your words and photos. This, of course, making them clickable. I've tried doing this with a handful of programs, but found that using Fiverr and letting them tag your words for $5 to $10 is way worth the headache of trying to figure it out yourself. As for the rest of the slides, you can just follow along with what I'm doing on the screen, and I'll give some helpful information about pitch decks. Firstly, I suggest you putting in projects that you see yourself getting hired for. Me personally, I'm sending this pitch deck off to talent managers, festivals, artists, and venues, which is the sole reason I'm showcasing exactly that type of work in my pitch deck. However, on the flip side, you can have a completely different version of this pitch deck, for example, real estate, and replace those 4 photos of the concerts with 4 photos of some beautiful homes, and then direct those photos with some links to 4 beautiful videos that you've shot of some house tours. Then send this new pitch deck off to realtors and tell them how your high quality videos can provide value to them. Secondly, I think it's always important to remember that you shouldn't tell the client what you want them to pay for your services, obviously, but rather how you add more value to them and how you will get them more leads. When you do this effectively, you can charge or get whatever gig you desire. Lastly, I want to mention that this is different from a portfolio. They serve 2 different purposes. I have both a pitch deck and a portfolio. However, let's talk about why I prefer a pitch deck over a portfolio in most cases. This pitch deck slideshow format works so well because of something called the path of least resistance. This meaning that you give the client the least amount of hoops to jump through. Now, what I advise you do is save this pitch deck as a PDF. Then you can send it off as a text, you can send it in an email, or you can even airdrop it to a potential client. This, of course, meaning that they can check out your work right away with the click of a button and then go back to their busy lives of answering emails and doing whatever. You're trying to make it as easy as possible for them. In my case, I'm reaching out to talent managers, tour managers, artists, festivals, concerts, which are all people and events that have hundreds of emails within their inbox. Make yours the easiest to get through, the path of least resistance. But with that out of the way, I want to wrap up the video here. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I hope that this pitch deck lands you some massive clients. Definitely let me know in the comments if you plan to use that email format and or this pitch deck. It's always dope hearing the stories you guys have. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video, Sunday, 12 p.m. AST. Peace.